Greetings YouTube and welcome to Waking the Dragons. Alright, so it's been about a year since I've done Waking the Dragons, and for those of you who don't know what this segment is, it's my take on perfecting X deck thing that was started by M. Cole and other people from way years back. My gimmick has always been dragons, except it just hasn't been a whole lot to talk about in the last while because with the Rulers ban, dragons just kind of just stopped being relevant. And while the Red Eyes support was a nice little gesture by Konami, unfortunately, it's a deck that was basically designed with 2011 and 2012 in mind, trying to compete in 2015. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the Red Eye support, but it's too slow for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! So instead, we now have to wait on next year to see what dragons can do, and they're giving us three things for dragons. They're giving us a dragon-based pendulum archetype called the Amorphage. Those I have different thoughts on, and they'll be covered in another video. Then we have the new Blue Eyes support, which is actually looking to be fairly solid. And part of it looks like it would mesh pretty well with this stuff, which is going to be the Revival of the Great Dragon support, also nicknamed Felgrand deck, because what we have here is a retrained version of the really bad Felgrand Dragon from Rise of the Dragon Lords, which was the second Dragon structure deck, which, now that I think about it, we've had Dragon's Roar, Rise of the Dragon Lords, Dragons Collide, Saga of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and now this is 5 Dragon structure decks. Not that I'm complaining, but wow. Anyway, so uh, Revival of the Great Dragon, as I've mentioned, or rather we've mentioned in last week in Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point, is it's a redux of the Rise of the Dragon Lords. So we're going to be seeing a retrained Felgrand Dragon. I expect to see a retrained Dark Blaze Dragon, which I'm about because Dark Blaze is not good either. We'll probably see a reprint of Traden, which is always nice. And hopefully they will just take this thing to the wall and say, you know what, we're going to make this deck really good. Because you know what, I would like to see a good dragon strategy take off again, as I love dragons. But anyway, so in this video, I'm just going to go over the cards that have been spoiled thus far and give my initial impressions on them. As it is, I'm getting a bit of an idea of what they want to do here, but it's going to take the rest of the structure deck to make this thing work. So what we have here is, of course, our cover card, Felgrand, the Great Divine Dragon. Same stats as Felgrand Dragon, so Light Dragon 28/28. And he has two effects. They are, if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target a monster your opponent controls or they have in the graveyard. You banish it, and if you do, he gains 100 attack and defense for that banished monster's level and rank. So, first off, nice to see that if you banish an Xyz monster, you'll still get an attack buff. And while 100 attack per isn't noteworthy, I mean, original Felgrand gave you 200 attack per. If you banish like any generic level 4 beat stick, that still puts him at 32, which is enough to beat over Dark Destroyer, which is always nice to have. And then his second effect is when he kills a monster in battle, you can special summon a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in either player's graveyard, except himself, and summon it to your side of the board. That's going to make this thing silly in mirrors. Just going to tell you that right now, but that's a really powerful effect if they expand on the level 7 or 8 dragon type card pool, because as it is, and I went and dug up all the noteworthy level 7 and 8 dragon type monsters that aren't normal monsters, and I'm not particularly impressed by what we have here. Like, notable targets are White Knight Dragon, Galaxy Ice Photon, Amorphage Irritum, but that's in its own archetype. Actually, well, now the player can special summon from the extra deck except Amorphage monsters. Wouldn't be that bad of a sideboard card, but no. Darkstorm Dragon, Dragonian Armor Leviathan. This one might be worth looking into as he equips a card from a dragon from your graveyard, and then let's see. I believe it's when it's sent to your by your opponent's card effect. You can spark. So there's that. A White Spirit Dragon, when it's special summon, can banish a spell or trap card in the field. This card is good, and I think this will see play in the deck because it's treated as a normal monster while in the hand and graveyard too. So you can shrine this plus this Felgrand, and then you can just bring this back with Soul Charge or something, and then special summon back this, pop a spell or trap card, and just go into a rank 8. So there's some synergy. Schwarzschild Dragon, if your opponent controls a monster with 2,000 or more attack, and special summon it. This might be worth picking up. Mythic Water Dragon, Odd Eyes Saber Dragon, Odd Eyes Dragon, Red Eyes Black Fairy Dragon, and Dark Blaze Dragon. And then, of course, you have your level 7 and 8 Dragon type synchro monsters, of which there are plenty of. So, those are the current targets for Felgrand. I expect the structure deck to release a couple more, because as it is, it's nice that if he beats over something, you get basically a free rank 8. Just kind of wish it was level 7 or I mean 8 or lower, but whatever. If you happen to have Dragon Shrine, a dragon, and you can normal summon a red med, then you already have at least some kind of advantage play. But that's Felgrand himself. Light means Honest is also playable. Um, Not much else I can really think of. So yeah, that's Felgrand for you. Then we have Paladin of Felgrand, Light Warrior. So Rota target 1700, 300. When he's normal or special summon, you can equip one level 7 or 8 dragon type monster from your hand or your deck to him. If this card is equipped by an equip card, it's unaffected by other monster effects. Okay, that's pretty neat. So that allows you to play some really strange equip spell cards. Not that I recommend doing so, but it's still there. And then you contribute both this and one other monster you control to target a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So obviously this guy is used to try and put this into play, as you would then trigger its removal effect, and if it beats over something, you special summon another dragon type monster from your graveyard. Being able to equip level 7 and 8 dragons straight from the deck, that's got to have some really good application. I mean, the obvious pick would be Light and Darkness Dragon. That way, when this thing gets beaten over in battle, Lad will activate its effect to special summon something from the graveyard. You could honestly equip this and re-equip Lad. So it's basically Lad Rider 2.0, but I don't know, it feels like it's also easy to deal with. But let's see, we have Gospel of Revival. Target one level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if a dragon type monsters you control would be destroyed by power card effect, you can banish this card instead. Okay, this is good. It's just a free revival spell for level 7 and 8 dragon type monsters, so White Spirit Dragon, Felgrand, Jugunayarma Leviathan, Stardust, so, and it's not once per turn either. That's really good. Like, one of the things I had with cards like Silver's Cries, yeah, it's great, but at the same time, it's only once per turn. This is strictly better. It's slower, but my god. And it also protects you from things like Bottomless Trap Holds, Blazing Mirror Force. All in all, a very good card. And then we have Ruins of the Great Dragon. Let's see. If a monster is special summoned except from the graveyard while you control a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster, pardon me, negate its effects until the end of the turn. So it's basically a lose one turn, sort of, on anything that's not special summoned from the graveyard. Okay. This, this plus Dragon's Bind will make it very difficult for certain decks to get over your dudes. Oh yeah, Dragon's Bind is also a thing, but I like this. Once per turn, you can send one other face-up card you control to the graveyard to special summon one Great Dragon token, level 1, light, 0/0. And if it's in your graveyard, you can send one level 7 or 8 dragon type monster you control or have in your hand to the graveyard to add this to your hand. So if this... Oh. All these effects are also not once per turn. Oh no, the second effect is, but... Interesting. So this allows you to get Felgrand out of the hand and into the graveyard. And I'm betting the combo is basically you summon this, equip Felgrand to it, use your field spell to send Felgrand to the graveyard to get a token, and then you tribute this guy and the token to special summon Felgrand to out the monster. It's kind of convoluted, but okay. So, yeah, and that's pretty much it so far. What I expect to see is 2 more monsters, another spell maybe, or another trap. Um, hmm. Hmm. There's got to be some way to break this. I mean, this card's main use of play I see is going to be for the skill drain effect, and token generation will come up every now and then. You could use it to send a Keeper of the Shrine to the graveyard, and then when the Felgrand dies, you can bring back Keeper of the Shrine, and then you can just tribute Paladin plus Keeper of the Shrine to special summon Felgrand. Hmm. I'm just I'm just trying to think here. Um, hmm. Seems to be the gimmick is going to be equipping cards. Because I expect there to be one more monster that when it's special summon or summon you can equip, or when it's special summon from the graveyard, you special summon a dragon from your graveyard. Eh, Hmm. I'm seeing pieces of this, but I cannot get a full grasp of how to make this thing work so far, other than you're running three of these, probably two of this, three of these, maybe two of these. White Spirit Dragon for certain. I think this is probably your best target. Maybe Leviathan as well. Maybe Light and Darkness Dragon. Don't know about these guys. This is a potential sideable card, and I think it's going to be strictly a level 8 Dragon Turbo is going to be how this plays out. Call the Haunted, Soul Charge, those will be pretty solid cards too. Red Med will obviously get an honorable mention because it's freaking Red Med. It brings back dragons from the graveyard. And that's really all I can think of off the top of my head. Um, hmm. Come to think of it, this guy tributes, right? Yeah, you can tribute with this card and with a monster you control. Target one little summon or a dragon. I wonder if you can like throw Hieratics into this. Cause let's see, we've got let's go Dragonite normal monsters that are 8s. We got the Hieratic Seal, yeah, this guy. And then we have Hieratic Dragon of Gebeb. So we'll type him out. Gebeb. Yeah, let's see. When he's tributed, you can special summon a Hieratic normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So you can. There's only a way to make multiple. Ooh, ooh, multiple normal summons. What about Gem Knights here? Or rather, Brilliant Fusion. I mean, by the time we get this, I'm sure Trick Clown, the Perform Mages will be hit, but in theory, you can go Brilliant Fusion for a Gem Knight Seraphonite, sending Gem Knight Garnet plus this thing to the graveyard. So then you get your two normal summons, which would be for this guy and Gebeb. And then you can tribute this guy and Gebeb, the special summon Felgrand from the graveyard, and then Gebeb will go off and special summon this from your hand deck graveyard, and then you can go into a Dark Matter Dragon, send your red med to the graveyard, plus other thing like and your white spirit dragon, and if you have Call to Haunter or Soul Charge, you are golden. Oh, ooh, that and this is searchable with Convocation too, and you have this guy searchable through Rhoda. Ooh, maybe that's something I can do. But um, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna stop here. I'm gonna brainstorm some more on this, and while waiting for some new stuff to come out, but it might do something, it might not. I remember being somewhat underwhelmed by the Monarch stuff at first, but then they got some really busted stuff, and I'm still waiting on that kind of busted stuff to come out with this. This is iffy. This is iffy. This is insane. This is solid. Like this will be probably the card that sees the most play out of this, much like how Dragon Shrine saw the most amount of play out of the Blue Eye Structure deck. And yeah, that's all I gotta say in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are my initial thoughts on the new Felgrand cards. Uh, Level 7 and 8 Dragon, a go-go. If the rulers were alive, I'm sure that they would be just abused to high hell in here. But as it is, it looks to at least be the start of a Dragon beatdown deck. I'm hoping to evolve somewhat beyond that. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is Blue 9 checking out.